Hey there, welcome to House in Progress. I'm Scott, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build this mirror frame all the way from scratch. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, sorry for the corny intro. Make sure that you have a high-toothed blade if you're going to be cutting hardwoods like oak. You'll get some kickback otherwise and you'll chip your wood. So what I'm doing here is I'm cutting the grooves for my mirror to actually fit into. So you can see I've got one long groove here. Then I'm going to lay the board flat and I'm going to cut it the other way as well, and that'll kind of give us this nice little pocket that the mirror can slip right into, and that's going to kind of hold it into place and cover up the mirror there. Then we're going to cut in our 45-degree miter edges, so you'll want to obviously measure out your miters based on the inside of the mirror, if that makes sense. Then using a flat surface, I'm just going to throw everything together here, kind of do a test fit, and that way I can make adjustments as needed. So in the case here, the mirror kind of slips through, so I had to go back through and shorten up my edges a little bit to make it all fit. And you need just a little bit of room for that mirror to slide around. Now I highly recommend buying a Kreg set here for pocket holes. This thing is awesome, and I can't wait to do more projects with it. Basically what you want to do is measure the width of your wood and then just look at the manual, and that'll tell you what screws and what settings you need on your Kreg jig. Then just basically set those components there and clamp that right into place. I kind of had to go towards the inside corner on mine, otherwise I was going to have holes out the side of my frame, so keep that in mind. Then as you start to drill your holes, you just kind of want to go in and out nice and slow, let those sawdust shavings come out. And then you're left with two little pocket holes. Now I'm going to be spreading some glue on my edge here and just kind of smearing it with my finger to make it nice and flat. And then you just really want to make sure you've got flush edges on the top and the bottom, and then make sure your corners are exactly where you want them, because once you put this thing into place, there's no turning back. And you might notice here when I screw in the pocket holes here, they kind of slip a little bit. That's not supposed to happen. They should get nice and snug, so just go slow and let that grab. Then you're going to want to sand all the edges nice and smooth. Everywhere that you're going to have stain, just make sure you've smoothed that edge out just so the stain takes and there's no imperfections. And a pro tip for you here, do not sand across grain. As you can see here, I didn't catch this and I started staining, and then I had these weird marks and I had to go back through and re-sand again. As far as applying stain, pretty straightforward. Just dip a rag in the stain and just cover all the edges, wipe off any excess. You can do a second coat if you need to. Then I'm going to be doing some hardware on mine here, so I'm just going to be spray painting these to kind of match the theme. I don't want stainless steel obviously, so I've got kind of a dark bronze spray paint here and painting the screws and the brackets. And once the stain is fully dried, I'm applying a clear coat. This is just going to protect the wood from any moisture, especially because this isn't a bathroom, so I'm going to do several coats of this. And then it's just screwing in my fancy hardware here, so I'm pre-drilling for any screw holes, and makes it easier, and it just prevents any cracking of the wood there. So did this on all four sides obviously, screwed them in nice and tight, kind of adds a nice little effect. Then I'm marking out my mirror mounting hardware here. You want to make sure you do this before the mirror is in place, otherwise it's going to jiggle around and you have the potential to break that mirror. So using my tap, and I'm just nailing in this little bracket here for mounting it on the wall. Once that's all in place, put the mirror in, and then just use glazing points to secure that mirror right onto the frame. Just use a chisel, push these in, they'll go in pretty easily with a little bit of wiggling. Do not use a hammer. One of the YouTubers that I watched, he used a hammer, and then he shattered his mirror and had to start over. And then once you've got that, just take a step back, marvel at your work, and it looks really good. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.